by using Q. Use W and S to move up or down. Use A and D to turn left or right.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. After I've been told what to do and how to fly my ship, let's go and have a look, shall we folks? So yes, this is the next video, and I've said I'm going to only try this for a week to see if anybody's interested.
Helm, full stop.
Ooh, full stop.
I've stopped us this time, sir, but from now on you'll be responsible for adjusting the speed of the ship.
Thank you very much. So let's scan, and let's see if this actually works out.
No life forms detected. The ship is broadcasting its distress signal via automation. I suggest that we remotely order the break-evens computer to cease the distress signal.
Agreed, we don't want other ships coming to the possible Borg ambush. So you just press this. Yeah, there you go.
I put together a damage report, Captain, and it's not good. Level 2 diagnostic shows that almost all of the plasma injectors are damaged beyond repair.
Do you have replacements?
Not enough. Plasma injectors are made to withstand quite a beating, but we took too much damage in main engineering. I'm installing what spares we have, but we're short 3 injectors. Without them, we can't go to war.
Any ideas?
There was a battle here recently between Starfleet and Klingon forces, and the amount of wreckage present is considerable. Despite the dangers involved, the salvage opportunities attract the crews of civilian vessels, like the Break-Even.
I think I see where you're going with this.
Logic suggests that we may discover similar opportunities for salvage here. I recommend scanning the debris field. Some of the derelicts present may contain intact plasma injectors.
Agreed. Scan the debris field at once.
Bingo! I found some suitable debris in the boneyard nearby. Destroy 3 of those nacelles, and we should get the parts we need.
Press the spacebar to fire energy weapons.
Okay, so first of all, folks, what we're going to do is actually move our ship into position. And we're in position.
Ship is under attack. An item has dropped for you. Move towards the item and press F to loot it.
Brilliant. So what we have to do now is go in and collect all these things. So yeah, like I was trying to say before, folks, if anybody is enjoying this, let me know in the comments. I'm doing this just to expand the channel a little bit, see how it goes.
These plasma injectors will do the trick, sir. Gorgeous technology. Type R, if I had to guess. 3.7 liter flow with shielded reservoirs and a drop flow induction coil converter and...
That's good. But just remember the Borg.
I'll get everything installed as soon as I can, Captain. Just remember, safety comes first. After all, we don't want to blow up the minute we hit warp 1.
That's a good point. Taval, any comms information?
Unfortunately so, Captain. We are still unable to send a distress signal.
They're jammed. Any ideas what are causing this?
There are several operational Starfleet comm satellites near our position. My preliminary attempts to use them to send a distress signal were not successful. A sensor scan revealed the presence of Borg technology in each satellite, and that they are the source of the jamming signal.
Nice work. Recommendations?
Since time is a factor, the most expedient solution to the problem is the destruction of the assimilated satellites. Their elimination should allow us to send a distress signal to Starfleet Command.
Agreed. Let's make it happen.
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack it. Use your phaser banks to weaken shielded targets.
Okay, so a little hint for any new players. When you're coming up and you're coming into it...
Use your torpedoes on an enemy when their shield is down.
Yeah, okay, that also works too. Okay, you'll have this part as a tactical officer. Your shields and everything will take a beating, don't worry. These things aren't firing back, so that's good. It's just a little bit of extra target practice. But I would recommend...
2 more jamming satellites.
Really? To actually just approach it slow. Don't fly in and try to kill everything at once, because if they are firing back, 2 against 1, not really good odds. So yeah, come outside of the range a little bit, Just wait for this special ability to cool down and get it ready again. Press it again, and yeah, fire. Or spacebar. Now, you don't have to wait for the cooldown, especially for items such as this, but let's see what happens if we don't wait. In our case, this special ability was to fire multiple torpedoes.
Long-range communications are operational, sir. Shall I send the distress signal?
Yep, let's send the distress signal, please.
Captain, the Borg ship sustained damage in our encounter and is likely to be leaking plasma until they have an opportunity to regenerate. We might be able to use that plasma to find them.
Do it. We need to find them and rescue the captain.
Understood. Fortunately, our sensors are sufficient to the task of following the trace plasma signature.
Finally, we have an advantage.
Now enhancing the plasma trail imaging, the recolored visuals should appear on our mapping systems.
Lovely, and as Captain Picard would say, make it so.
It's pretty far out, sir. We should use the ship's full impulse power to reach it. This will temporarily take power from other systems, but vastly improve our speed. Once we drop out of full impulse, the power will return to other systems.
Yeah. So that's full impulse power there. And
Activate full impulse by clicking on the arrow. Deactivate full impulse by clicking on it again.
yep, and this works really well. There you go. Now we're at full impulse, and you have to control your ship a little bit because you have to point to where you want to go. You can also change the camera angles if you like. But right this second,
Multiple
no.
Borg vessels
Oi.
on sensors.
Okay.
These codes do not appear
So,
to be shielded.
you have to watch out because sometimes they pop in and they do things like this. Now, what would probably help is to actually change the camera angle, right? Because you guys can't see the wrong fire. But in Star Trek, you don't really have to do that. As long as your target is destroyed, you're doing good. So, just keeping an eye on the shields as well.
We should continue to follow the plasma trail.
Okay.
Activate high-yield torpedo by clicking on the icon or pressing Alt and 1.
That's true.
High-yield torpedo will increase the power of your next torpedo attack.
Don't know if it would actually increase.
Your ship is outfitted with phaser beam banks. These weapons have a 270-degree firing arc. This is the firing arc for the forward phaser banks. This is the firing arc for the rear phaser banks. Note that both the forward and rear phasers have an overlapping arc of fire on the sides of your ship. Firing at enemies within the overlapping portion of your firing arcs is known as broadsiding. This allows both the forward and rear phaser banks to fire on the same target at the same time, increasing your damage output. Federation captains who prefer beam bank weapons favor the broadside technique and will often circle their target, keeping them within the broadside arc at all times.
Okay, so let me give you a bit of my opinion to that one. Yes, it's true, but when you start circling them, you have to actually attack every part of their shield. If you want to actually try to get rid of them quicker, try to focus on the one area.
Captain, the Borg have adapted.
Let's have a look
These
and see
vessels possess
how well
shields.
that actually works here. So we'll try a little bit of broadsiding. Broadsiding. I got one broadside there. That's it. But as we can see, we're on the tutorial mission here, so we're not going to blow up. Oh, it could blow up, I think, but we're not going for that.
Target's shield has failed.
Now, again, the one thing about your photon torpedoes, in this case, the arc is pointing, or the arc or range or whatever is for the front of the ship. So if you don't have torpedoes mounted at the back,
Put some distance between yourself and explosive base.
you're not going to do much of damage.
Incoming
But there we
transmission,
go.
sir. It is from Starfleet.
Let's have a look on screen.
This is Captain Nog of the USS Chimera. Do you require assistance?
Yes, sir. We were attacked by the Borg.
Pretty bold move to come this far into Federation territory. Where is Captain Taggart?
He was captured and taken to the Borg ship. They've assimilated him.
I see. And you're the acting captain?
Yes, sir, I am.
Right. Well done, Cadet. Looks like your ship is in need of repairs. Set a course for our position. Chimera out.
Sir, yes, sir. So again, this is designed for you to get a little bit familiar with your ship, understand how to destroy some simple targets and not get your ass handed to you, which I must admit is okay for a tutorial.
Another Borg sphere is attacking.
Of course, we're going to jump in and just blow this thing up, aren't we? Okay, so one thing that you guys should be aware of, the higher you go, the longer it takes for you to turn. Okay? The slower you go, the more of a target you become for everybody else. So you kind of have to find the balance. And also too, when you're fighting different races, different tactics work with the different races. So, for example, you do some faster ones, slower ones. You'll see where it comes to.
This is Admiral Janeway. Looks like you're having a little Borg trouble. Let's see what we can do about that.
So, do I just sit here or do I just point and fire? So notice it's taking a while to turn, and by clicking this little arrow here you can also increase power to the affected shield, so that's also a good little hint as well. The further you get in your, let's just say Starfleet career in this case, the more abilities will become available to you and the more things you can actually do, as well as different ships too. So that's also quite cool, but I won't go into everything now, but let's just say the configuration that you see here will not be the only one.
The rumors are true. The Borg have returned. We've got our work cut out for us. Cadet, where's your captain?
He was captured by the Borg. Admiral, we're in pursuit.
Assimilation isn't a fate that anyone should suffer. And I hesitate to think about what the Borg would do with a captive Starfleet captain. They must have taken him for a reason. Otherwise, they wouldn't have left without assimilating your entire crew.
The only way we will find out is to recover him.
Agreed. We'll do everything we can to bring your captain home, Cadet.
Admiral, we're receiving an emergency transmission.
It's Captain Janeway with the USS Kittimer to all Starfleet. I'm under attack by Borg vessels. Sustained heavy damage. Be quiet. I repeat, we are under Borg attack in the Pollock system. Require immediate assistance.
We've lost the signal, Admiral.
I don't like the sound of that at all. We need to get to the Pollock system and help the Kittimer before it's too late.
Does that include us, Admiral?
Indeed it does. I'll need all the help I can get with this situation. Consider this a field promotion, Captain. Now then, set a course to the Pollock system, best possible speed. Voyager and Chimera will rendezvous with you there. Janeway out.
Okay, so this is the really important stuff. After every mission, you get experience points, expertise, and you can also get, if I scroll down a little bit better, yep, different elements for your ship. Sometimes you get ship stuff, sometimes you get personal stuff. And we also have another actual member of our bridge crew, which is fine. Now, we could go to the Pollock system very quickly and continue the story, but we're not going to do that just yet. Let's outfit the ship, and this is the important part. So what we can actually do is you can actually see here what is currently equipped in the ship versus what we actually have. or what we also have, let's say it like that. So it's what we've got in our little basket. So here we've got a better hyperdrive, or hyper impulse engine, sorry. Hyperdrive, what am I doing? Star Wars, F, no. And of course we've got a better beam weapon, I'm going to assume. Yes, and you can see. So if you see anything with a white name, it just means it's stock standard. Greens are slightly better. Blues are better again. Purples are even better. And I don't know if there's any other colors at the moment. There could be. So I've just actually equipped that, but so far there's nothing else for the ship. So you can actually change to the person or to your other bridge officers. And this is where you can also start giving them extra things and devices. Now, for me personally, I don't run around using hyperspace. So I just usually give it to the other bridge officers. So that way when they're in battle, they can do it. And also too, you can start looking at the weapons. And this is where you get a little bit more of the complexity of the game. At the beginning, not so much, but as you progress, you're going to start looking at different weapons with different DPSs. And you have to actually start making the decision for yourself. Are you wanting to have something with like a more damage rating, a higher DPS, or how do you want to actually progress with this stuff? Because there are other perks to the weapon. Some of it may actually give you a lower DPS, but an extra buff for your own personal shields or something along those lines. So you have to actually start reading and start thinking to yourselves, okay, what makes sense for me? Now, at the beginning, like the first 10 levels, you're not going to get the best and best and brightest things of what's going to drop to you, but it is going to give you the opportunity to actually just say, okay, I've got to start thinking about this, and this is where you should start thinking about it now. It won't really make an impact until later on, but thinking about it now also helps. Also too, just because you've got weapons doesn't mean they always go to you. You can also give them to your bridge officers too. And if they've got lower weapons, you can also replace them. Or if you just want to replace them, you can just replace them. So there's a bit of that as well. So I think we've got the ship ready for the next part. We're also ready for the next part. Shall we continue? I think we shall. So let's give a little press and go, folks. And the loading screen.
We've arrived in the Pollock system, Captain. I have the Kittimer on sensors. She's taken heavy damage and is not responding to our hails. Your orders?
Get us closer. I want to run detailed scans. This could be another trap. It's quite funny. You tell them to get you closer, but you're the one that's flying. Okay, let's scan the Kittimer.
Sensors indicate several critical systems are offline, Captain, including communications. I am reading numerous life signs on board, however.
Good. There's still time to save both the survivors and the ship.
Something's not right here. Where are the Borg ships that attacked the Kittimer? Captain, I want you to scan those nearby gas clouds while we assist the crew of the Kittimer. Make sure they're not hiding any unwanted guests.
Understood, Admiral. We'll scan each of the
Sensors are having
clouds.
difficulty getting clear resolution through the gaseous anomalies. We will need to move into very close range to acquire useful information.
Understood. Signal all hands to prepare for turbulence. Oh, that was annoying, the scanner. That was a bit of a bug in the game.
You can set your ship's power levels to have a focus on attack, defense, speed, or balance.
That's good to know. Let's focus on attack, shall we? Because we're probably going to start getting people firing at us. Oh, scan point alpha. There's going to be nothing here.
Reports indicate traces of gamma radiation, but there's something off in the readings.
So, here's a little fun fact for you all. This, in Star Trek, it always comes in 3, and the crap always happens on the last one. So, I'm not too concerned with what's happening here now.
This is Janeway. We're detecting some unusual gamma radiation levels near your position. We're having trouble getting a clear scan. I don't like the look of it.
We have the same issue here, Admiral. Recommendations, but this is because we are a tactical trait.
Try recalibrating your multispatial sensor array. That should provide a better reading. Let me know what you find out there. That level of radiation could hide a lot of things, including the Borg.
Understood, we'll try that, Admiral. So basically, folks, if we were a science, like, we rolled a science character, we would be able to come up with that ourselves. But because we are not, we're not. And the same is true for the engineer.
Array has been
Marine
recalibrated,
character.
Captain.
Okay, let's scan point Gamma and get ready for a shitstorm.
Picking up a transwarp signature. It's right on top of us! The Borg!
The Borg are attacking us as well. Use full impulse to reach us quickly.
Activate full impulse by clicking on the arrow. Deactivate full impulse by clicking on it again.
When you're in combat mode, it won't let you do that, so you have to be a little bit further away, or at least make sure the target's already destroyed. So here we go, we're coming in, so we'll just pick the target. Let's pick the ones probably closest to us. You can do that by pressing tab on the keyboard, or it'll... See, there we go. There we go. Or if you just fire. So, it's a quick one. It's gone too. That was quick. What's next?
This is the emergency medical hologram aboard the USS Kittimer. I am requesting assistance from any Federation vessel in range. I've lost contact with the bridge. I am unable to contact Commander Davis for new instructions.
EMH, give me a status report.
The Kittimer is being overwhelmed by Borg boarding parties. These Borg are different than the ones in my history records. They seem disconnected somehow. They're strange, but still quite dangerous.
Can you hold that on your own? We have problems of our own to deal with.
I am an emergency medical hologram, not a miracle worker.
Admiral Janeway, what are your orders? And if we were an engineering team, Korea, we would be able to use that, but we can't.
The Borg did some serious damage to the Kittimer. The EMH might be in command because no one else is fit to do so. I'm reading a few probes from the Kittimer in the system. Looks like they were conducting research here before the Borg attacked. I want you to collect data from those probes. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this.
Understood, Admiral.
We'll send teams to aid the Kittimer while you collect that data. One more thing. If you or your crew are unable to tackle this, speak up now. I know firsthand what fighting the Borg can do, even to seasoned officers.
Okay, so obviously we've got two choices. I trust my crew. We'll get the job done. Good idea. Flores, what's our status? Which one do we want to go for? I don't know. Decisions.
I've linked the iota point to your map. Scan there while we see to the Kittimer.
So basically what's just happened is I've just told my crew, that's it, you're doing it. Tough luck. So let's have a look what we're going to find here.
Good. Head for probe number 2.
Again, in Star Trek, wait for it, it's all in threes.
One last probe, and we should be able to assemble all of the data.
See what I mean? So again, this is designed for you to become familiar with your ship. That's what it's for. And again, it's quite nice to also hear the character actors as well. Now I've got my finger ready for high-yield torpedoes.
Send us the data so we can begin our analysis. We have your data, and our science team is analyzing it now.
What is the status of the Kittimer?
Our tactical teams have eliminated the Borg boarding parties on the Kittimer. Why do you ask?
Can we use the Kittimer to help analyze the data?
There is an 88.47% chance that you will need my help.
Okay, two options. Option 1, agreed. Can the Voyager Oh. Huh? Who? What? Oh. Yeah.
I have 75 million gigaquads of computer memory and an extensive library of files on military tactics and command strategies. I believe I can spare a few bits of processing power for you.
Let's see what we can determine. So yeah, there was a bit of a banter between yourself and the EMH, based on whichever option you wanted to choose.
Borg transwarp signatures detected. All hands, battle stations.
They're firing. I need help.
So now we have to defend the Kittimer. Did anybody else see that one coming? So, smart thing to do here, folks, is fire on the other ships that are also being fired on. Don't go off cowboy style and try to take them out here by yourself. The more damage that you can done to the other ships, the more they're likely that they'll finish it off quicker and you can jump to the next one. There's been the thing to do.
More aboard! I don't know if we're ready for this.
Wave 2.
Hold the line. We've beaten them before, we can do it again. Remember your training. You're a Starfleet officer. You've got this.
Just make sure you have a look at your shields, make sure you have a look at everything. Don't just look at the target. It's important to look at everything else.
Multiple Borg warp signatures detected. It's an invasion force.
We are the Pollock. From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
We're outnumbered. There's no way we can...
Let's just start attacking, shall we?
Gather trajectory. I want to know where they're going. Concentrate fire on that sphere.
So yeah, we're doing good here, folks. So think of it this way, like most games, the less... Okay, the less power and DPS you have, the longer it's going to take you to do something. So this is why we also changed out everything at the beginning.
All right. Here's how I see it, Captain. The Borg are using the Pollock system as a staging area. Our long-range sensors are picking up inbound transwarp signatures. Based on our analysis, their most likely target is the Vega system. There's a civilian colony there, and if the Borg take it, they'll have a large population to assimilate.
Okay, remember the careers? We're the tactical. So, tactical. Admiral, I believe that the Hellas should go to the Vegas to warn their colonists.
Agreed. Voyager and Chimera are better equipped to hold off the Borg and assist the Kittimer. Once you've warned the colony, return to Earth space dock.
So, we've got two options here. To be honest, let's ask the first one. Or the second one. Oh,
We have to make our way to Vega as soon as we can, Captain. I just hope we're not too late to warn the colony. Are you ready to go?
Now, here you have the option to actually stick around if you want to and have a look around and scan, and this will become a little bit more evident in later missions
We
why
have to
I do
make
this.
our way to Vega as soon as we can, Captain.
The annoying
I
part
just hope
is
we're
that
not too late
they
to
say
warn
the
the
same
colony.
thing at
Are
the
you
end
ready
every
to go?
single time. Though then you can depart the system. And now we've gone into ooh, a bit of a weaker.
Shields up! Red alert!
You will become one with the Pollock. Resistance is futile.
Doesn't look good for Janeway, does it?
Certain missions allow you to remotely hail your contact by clicking on the hail icon along the right side of the mission tracker.
You need to warn the Vega colony about the impending attack. We'll do what we can here to hold off the Borg and repair the Kittimer. Good luck.
Okay, so we've got experience points here again, we've got expertise, and we've got some different stuff here. So we've got photon torpedoes. We've got a bridge officer, and we've got a captain power evasive maneuvers. Okay.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We're now in sector space. Here ships travel at warp speed between systems. Combat does not take place in sector space.
Okay, sector space is a very interesting place to be. It's just like seeing yourself move to a different location on a map. Speak of the devil. So everything, all those dots there are different star systems you can go to. The one with the circle around it is where we need to go to for this mission, and one of the beautiful things is if you double click on it on the map, it allows you, or it will automatically send your ship there. You can fly there manually as well, which is also fun, but when you do this in the automatic mode, you can also start doing really cool shit like this, so basically upgrading your actual ship. So what's this one? Photon torpedo launchers. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to do this to show you. See what happened? I equipped the photon torpedo launcher, and the actual phaser beam array actually came back down. So it looks like I've actually got 2 photon torpedoes at the front of the ship. You can do this. The configuration is completely up to you. For me, I would rather keep one there and get rid of the other one. Now I can move that one to the aft section of the actual ship if I wanted to, so the aft weapons. But at the moment I'm probably not going to do that because I enjoy listening to the phasers. So let's just keep it like that. So folks, I'm gonna say thank you very much for watching all the way through. Until the next one, and yeah, you're gonna be in for a little bit of a treat. The next one is more ground attack stuff. Obviously, I've given a little bit away, but you'll get and you'll see. Thanks for watching. If you like it, give it a like. If you got any comments, let me know. Talk to you in the next one. See ya.